kicking off week 6 of NCAA college football. Let's talk about week 4, week 5. Obviously, if you follow me at all, you know I don't bet till week 4, week 5. Well, last year my system was doing really well, but I felt like it wasn't producing enough bets. So what I tried to do this year is I tried to expand it. I tried to take a tighter version and then add a looser version to it, combine and see what I could generate. Obviously, week 4, crushed it. 21-13, very happy with the success. 20-13, excuse me. Very happy with the success of week 4. Week 5, I got demolished. I went back and said, okay, let's do an after-action report. Where did I go wrong? And so I looked at the Titan system on what they would have bet, and I looked at the loose system and which one fell short. The conclusion was very, very real. At this point, the Titan system should be 17-3. The loosened system this past week got demolished. I mean, I went like 4-21, something ungodly like that. So what I've realized is in the beginning of the season, and I sort of knew this, but I was trying to make it a little sexier. I was trying to make it a little bit bigger. What I realized is I got to remain tight until the system tells me to loosen it. Now, how's the system going to do that? This week coming up, it told me to bet 31 games again. I said, nope, I'm not doing it because it's 3 weeks in a row. It's 31 games, which means the numbers have not normalized. And so what I decided to do was say, this week I'm only going Titan system. That brought it down to 13 bets. Okay, and that's what we're going with. I apologize if last week was your first week and you saw it get killed because previous week we did exceptionally well. Overall, college football 31-34. So I'm losing right this second. I'm down 3 units, just below 500. NFL first week kicked off 3-2-1. I won 3 games, lost 2, and 1 was a tie or a push. So we're going to go over both of them today, but I wanted to explain to you how we got from point A to point B. Now, with that being said, if you're checking out the screen, you can see right this second. First game's tonight. It looks like the system likes New Mexico State, home plus the 2.5 points. It did originally bet the South Florida on the loosened system. I threw that out. This is an interesting bet. The Delaware game and the New Mexico game. The Delaware game, I'm not sure I like that bet. I mean, I got it 34-34, but West Kentucky is getting 2.5 points. That's why it's betting it. New Mexico, San Jose State, again, they're getting 2.5 points. Scrolling on down. Boston College, Pittsburgh. That's the next bet in sight. You obviously can go look. You can pause this video so you can see all the numbers. There's some interesting games out there. You see the Navy game, Navy 40, Air Force 29, 10.5 point spread. Georgia, Kentucky, 42-15. But that's 20.5 point spread. A lot of the spreads are matching up. Some of the over-unders aren't matching up that well yet, and I think that means the numbers have not normalized. Again, 31 games this week, way too many. Going Boston College, Pittsburgh. I was going to toss this game, but it chose Boston College because Pittsburgh's quarterback's been wavering. They're going back and forth whether they who you're going to start. Ohio Bull State, under. Baylor, Kansas State. I actually really like that bet. It's one of my favorite bets. It's only given up 6 points. Kansas State has looked on and off. Army beat them. You know, I know they had a good game last couple of weeks. Army, UAB. It has Army beating UAB, and UAB is getting 6.5 points. Not a huge fan of that. That is my alma mater. Not a huge fan. Washington, Maryland. It looks like that has the under. And further on down, let's see. UConn, Florida International. It has home minus the points. UConn's been up and down. I'm not sure where to go on that one. Texas State, Arkansas State. Away minus the points. Arkansas State has flat out looked awful up to this point. It's good to see Old Dominion. If you don't know, as I said, from Virginia Beach, they're hometown favorites. And look at their schedule, 35-9. Let's see. Scrolling on down, UCF, Kansas. It looks like home plus the points. So they're liking UCF in that matchup. Then you got Minnesota, Ohio State. They say it's going to be an under bet, which it probably is because Minnesota, I don't think, can score. And they might be able to hold Ohio State to at least less than 44.5. And finally, looks like this California Duke game, I'm not a huge fan of this pick either, but I'm running with it. Because at this point, under the Titan system, week 4, week 5, and about to include week 6, it'd be 17-3. 17-3 is a huge number. I'm really disappointed in myself that I got away from some of my fundamentals, but it's early in the season. Definitely can recover. Only 3 games underneath 500. Moving to NFL. Love these picks. I don't know what that means as far as whether they're coming in, but right this second, I got, by the way, did take Dallas over Green Bay last week. They went into OT. Obviously, most people know it had Dallas getting the points. Dallas did cover. That was one of my wins. So it likes Carolina over Miami. Well, Tyreek Hill is now out. But before that, it's still like Carolina, even with Tyreek Hill in the lineup. Dallas. It has Dallas away minus the points and the over. They say it's going to be a pretty high-scoring game, which I can see because guess what? Both teams have been putting up points. Indy, it's an Indy favorite against Vegas. Indy's been having a really good run as of now. Arizona, -9. That seems like it's given a lot, but Tennessee is absolutely in shambles. And then a final pick. I don't see how you don't bet the farm on this one. Cincinnati has no clue what they're doing. They spend all their money on wide receivers. Obviously, their quarterback is hurt, which is really bad luck because if this was going to be a year, they went all in. They went all in on offense. Now they have no offense, and their defense is in shambles. It has Detroit 33-10 over Cincinnati. I love these bets. I do. I love all of them. I've already taken all these. Now, I did on the NCAA I actually bet all 31 bets initially, and I canceled a lot of my bets in order to get down to the 13 because I said, you know what? This is just too many bets. The numbers have to wait to normalize. And what I think is going to happen in the next week to 2 weeks is the number of bets my system picks is going to go from 31 to about 20 to 21 to 22. When it does that, I am going to include the loosened picks, and I'm going to run with it because past track record, it has worked. I just made a mistake, and I went too loose too early. I will not do that on college basketball. I've learned my lesson. Stay tight early. It's like playing poker. When you sit down at the table, stay tight until people learn your image, and then you can loosen it up after that. I made a mistake. Anyway, this is Mac the Teach. We're finishing up. We're about to enter Week 6 NCAA football and Week 5 NFL football. Good luck and good gambling.